Article 5. Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so 3.0 is the approval of our agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, agenda is approved. All right. 4.0 are acknowledgements and recognitions. Nothing specifically on there, except I just wanted to mention that this is the first meeting of 2026. So I just wanted to wish everybody a happy new year. Believe it or not, the year just started. So wishing everybody a happy new year as we dive into 2026. All right. 5.0 is our recognition of visitors and community comments. Community comments is an opportunity for the public to address the school board on an item included in the agenda in accordance with the guidelines printed at the end of the agenda. You know, if we had anyone sign up.
I don't sign in?
No.
Okay.
And welcome to visitors. Those of you in the room tonight, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Good to see you. And welcome to everybody out in cyberspace watching live or in the future on the recording. Appreciate you guys tuning in. All right. So 6.0 are reports and 6.1 is the principal's report. We have Mr. Belangi here with us. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. And yeah, start of the new year. And the other big thing is we just switched over semester. So we're just over a week into our second semester of the school year. So we're past the halfway point, which is crazy that we're already talking about that. But in Sawtooth, so far we've recognized over 75 Sawtooth students for demonstrating Junior Vikings values at our monthly student spotlight assemblies. This past month, we've been focusing on the practice of Woyakwa Diziwin, which is honesty. And so we talk about that with the kids, that it's more than just telling the truth, but it's about making sure that your words match what's in your heart. And so we had a assembly on that a few weeks ago. And that's kind of what we've been focusing on this month with our kiddos in Sawtooth.
Sounds like the way you're framing it, like it's like say what's on your mind kind of thing.
Well,
Like speak truth to power kind of stuff. I like it.
good observation. We do have some fun events coming up next month. Our Winter Field Day is scheduled on Monday, February 9th. Winter Field Day is kind of that mid-year, middle of winter. Everybody does an end of the year field day. We try to celebrate our winterness here and just give it some outside time together doing games and activities and all that type of stuff. So that's coming up February 9th, and we'll have parent volunteers for that, scheduling all the different stations. Our fifth graders are going to be traveling to North House to participate in their textile program. So all things felting and sewing. They'll be going down there in the mornings over the course of a few days. And then we have our Loon Opera coming. Again, this is an annual thing where the Loon Opera troupe comes and works with our third graders to put on like an opera for Sawtooth Line Elementary. That'll be happening February 10th. And then also the big thing in Sawtooth, we adjusted the schedule a bit, specifically for our third, fourth, and fifth grade classes. We were able to make some adjustments to the schedule to create smaller sections of the specialist classes, specifically Phi Ed and music. So our third, fourth, and fifth grade classes are really big. And when they're in their core academic areas with their grade level teachers are split into two groups, but they've been combined into one group then when they go to these specials classes. And with 36, 37 kids in a grade, that gets to be a lot of bodies and rooms and spaces. And so at the semester changeover, we did do some adjustments to schedules to for third, fourth, and fifth grade to have those Phi Ed and music sections be two smaller sections as well. Helping give more individualized instruction and be able to meet the needs of the kiddos a little bit better. And in the middle school and high school, other than the semester change, just kind of the big thing coming up is our ASVAB career exploration test. That's going to be happening on February 3rd. And it's open to sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And it's just a career inventory test. It helps students identify potential career options for their specific abilities and interests. It's the test that the U.S. military uses. It's not anything that information is shared with the U.S. military. It's just using that test to help our kids identify post-secondary interests and areas. And then again, really nothing else big to mention to the community other than expect report cards coming soon as grades are getting finalized and posted with the semester change.
I had a quick question about the Loon Opera.
Yeah.
I attended that last year. It was really great. Is there one thought that came to my mind during that presentation? They did it in the gym. Is there an opportunity to do that in the ECA?
I would have to ask Ms. Johnson about that. I don't know I don't know why it's always done in the gym. It just always has been.
Yeah, it's been in the gym since Luke as well.
And I don't know if there's something like load in and load out. Is it easier? I'm not sure, but yeah.
It just seemed like,
Yeah.
oh, this is like a sort of theatrical presentation.
Yeah.
And there's, members of the
Yeah.
community in there.
Sure.
Right for the auditorium.
And in that case too, like space, because even when we put elementary for our assemblies, they pretty much take up the whole auditorium just with the elementary kiddos.
Sure.
So
Sure. That's the capacity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of bodies.
Yeah.
We should have made balconies in the referendum. Just like start stacking them in the gym. No, over here. Oh, up there.
Yeah, we could have put in a mezzanine.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we can always adjust things.
I like it. By millions.
Go on. All right. Any other questions for Mr. Belangi? No.
All right.
All right. Thanks so
Thank you.
much.
Yep.
All right. 6.2 is the superintendent report.
Yeah, just a couple of things to share with the board that, three of them that are written in the written report. One, I want to thank our fellow community leaders in Cook County and Grand Portage. We convened on January 13th as a group of leaders to talk about how we would communicate with each other in the event that there was ICE activity in Cook County and how to keep everybody in the know appropriately. And it was very healthy. And I just want to say thank you. It's great to live in a place where leaders work together to make sure that we're communicating, coordinating, planning ahead, as I think Cook County has done for a long time. Secondly, in my written report, you'll see a little blurb about elementary ELA curriculum. The board will be asked to approve some new curriculum in the near future for implementation starting over next fall. That is in response to all of the training for the Minnesota READ Act and the requirement to use state-approved resources that are aligned to the science of reading if you want to use literacy aid to pay for that. So we were up to adopt new ELA curriculum a year from now. And what we did is just flip social studies and ELA and just said, we'll adopt ELA a year early. So we've met about 3-4 times for all day sessions to study the resources. The state has approved and they have them in basically 3 boxes. One is a comprehensive box and there's only one resource there. It's EL Open Up. The task force quickly decided that was not the resource because it didn't align fully with the Minnesota expectations and the standards. There were areas of insufficient or not sufficient in their rubric. And that forces us to take a knowledge building and foundational curriculum by both and put them together based upon, again, the state's framework. So we will be looking at, and there's only one that's the knowledge building, and that's the wit and wisdom one that we're a lot to improve on, but we think we'll go there. And then the team is wrestling between 2 different resources for knowledge building. I'm grateful that Emily Roy is part of that process, and Kendra Osgood, and and missing someone, Stephanie Lindstrom and Lacey Smith. They're the experts in this. I'm not. I just kind of help facilitate process. But more to come on that. That'll be coming back to the board in the next several months. And then on the agenda in February, the board will be asked to approve their part of the joint powers agreement for the NLC's new construction building. I think all of you were on the board, maybe, I don't know if you were on the board yet, Quinn, when 2 years ago we approved using the new levy authority of $65, up to $65 per pupil to fund co-op construction. And if you'd been in that James Madison building, it needed to be condemned. It's really not. So
You had a slideshow. It was haunting.
yeah, you saw it, yeah. And so we all of the member districts approved 2 years ago going forward. Construction is well underway. It'll open in August. But now we just need to approve the joint power agreement, all of the member districts, so that then they can bond for the dollars and do the financing for it going forward. So you'll see that coming to you in February. I think that's all I got for you. Quinn, do you remember that? You may not have been on the board.
For me, I think.
Might have been right before you were on the board. So it's an absolute must to do it. I think the price tag for Cook County residents is $1 for a $400,000 house a year or a month or something like that. It was very little.
Question for you and maybe Mr. Belangi.
Mhm.
Do we have a status update on a potential new student school board member? Or do we need to do something to shake someone free?
Jenna Berglund was going to tap a couple of kiddos that I think we could strong arm them into doing it. They were talking about sharing a position amongst a couple of the juniors.
I wonder if I should force Luke. No, just tell my son, you have to come.
It's a commitment for a kiddo that's involved in a lot of things.
For sure.
The students she's talking about are in a lot of sports, so I don't know how they would balance that, but they're great kids.
Well, that's always the conundrum, you know, you have kids that are super active and they do a lot of things, so they're
Right.
already booked and they're typically have been the ones that are interested in doing it. It's like, who's the kid that's not doing as much stuff, but you know, maybe is interested in politics or is interested in government or something like that,
Right.
that this could be an enriching experience for.
He was one of them.
I could smooth talk him. It's so fun, Aaron. You should come to my meetings.
Okay, all right. Well, with any luck, we'll have a student in February. Okay, any other questions on superintendent report? All right, we'll move on to 7.0, which is our consent agenda. If there's anything that needs to be pulled for further discussion, say so now. Otherwise, we just need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
I,
Aye. Those opposed? Consent agenda is adopted. All right, 8.0 are discussion and action items. 8.1 is to accept the expenditure and revenue report for December of 2025, last one of the calendar year. And business manager Oberg is in the house. Hello,
Hi there.
how are you?
Cold.
This room is cold. I make a motion to turn up the heat.
That's
No
no
complaints.
budget.
No complaints.
Can't do it now.
Bottom line says no.
I'm managing. I am reviewing this report. In review of this report, we have pretty steady movement on our expenditures and our revenues. There will be, well, yes, in January. So next month, we'll see the large debt service payment go out. And that was, we have 2 payments a year, July and January. So that will kind of flop. I know that, Rena, you kind of track the revenues over the expenditures. And so we're gonna maybe flip that next month because of the debt service payment. But otherwise, I don't have anything to draw your attention to unless you have questions on this report.
Our fiscal hawk is putting on her glasses, so it's.
We're at 50% of the year.
yeah, so we're under.
Just wait for that big payment next month.
Okay. All right. Well, if there aren't any other questions, we just need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the revenue and expense report.
I'll second.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. All right, 8.2 is a review with ICS construction project update, and we have Jason from ICS on the line here on the video monitor. Hello, and Damien. Hey, Damien. Hello. Good evening, gentlemen. Thanks for being here. And I think you guys are both on mute in case you're talking.
Can you hear me?
There we
Okay,
go.
There we go.
not hearing Jason though.
How about now?
There you
Oh,
go.
you are.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, everyone. I will be providing a construction update here for the additions and renovations and also the new referendum 2 exterior improvements. So we will be going through the contracts and value engineering for referendum 1, the budget, activities that we have recently completed, and activities that we plan for the next period. Regarding the referendum 1 contracts and value engineering, the construction contracts have been executed for the low bid contractors, and the total of those contracts is $20,804,443. Can you all see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, just wanted to make sure because I can't tell. Regarding value engineering, so we are currently going through a value engineering exercise with the design team and the contractors. And our goal is to achieve a savings of $1,183,256. We have received preliminary pricing back from the contractors for the items that we discussed in the POC meeting. And that pricing is currently under review with the design team and ICS. The price reductions we have received do reflect the anticipated costs we understood going into this exercise, and we do not anticipate other programming changes. Once the value engineering costs have been validated, we will provide a summary and a recommendation to the board. And we do anticipate that being complete in the next couple of weeks here. Regarding the budget, so the budget for the project remains the same with a total budget of $26,270,000. Recent costs for January include program management fees and the building plan review. The total for January was around $235,000. No other changes have been made, so the construction cost is still the value of the base bid contracts, and we are still going through the value engineering exercises here. Activities recently completed. So regarding referendum 1, the state plan review has been submitted and the invoice for that plan review has been paid. The contracts for the referendum 1 contractors have been executed, and we are currently doing the value engineering exercise to reduce the cost of the construction. The contractor kickoff meeting for referendum 1 did take place earlier today. So we have engaged them in the project for activities such as procurement, scheduling, and submittal review. So those activities have started. Regarding referendum 2, the contract amendment for program management of referendum 2 has been executed. And the design kickoff meeting with the POC group was completed on January 22nd. Activities planned for next period. Regarding referendum 1, the state plan review is anticipated to take 5 to 10 weeks. The value engineering will be finalized, and we will provide a recommendation to the board for review and approval. Furniture, security, and the playground scope of work will be refined. The groundbreaking ceremony, so we will be planning for that groundbreaking ceremony. And we will be starting the move out planning. So a specific meeting will be scheduled in March to coordinate the move out for elementary SPED, the elementary media, the elementary gym, specifically the storage and locker area, the cafeteria, and then the existing locker room. The other areas of the building will have a limited impact, so they won't need a full move coordination. However, we will be doing minor updates to the classrooms, such as the lighting and the fire alarm. So we will work with the maintenance team to coordinate work in those spaces. Regarding referendum 2, the user group meetings will start for that design. The first meeting will take place on February 24th. And we will have meetings on March 11th and 12th, and also April 22nd. Regarding construction, the scheduling and procurement of materials is ongoing, and construction mobilization will start approximately May 18th with site preparation, utility routing, and then relocating that cooler. That is what I have for the update. Are there any questions?
Jason, we were planning for the groundbreaking ceremony to basically be the groundbreaking for both referendums. Is that right?
That was my understanding. Yep.
All fit in one rather than two groundbreaking ceremonies. Yep.
Probably in May. Hopefully, while school is still in session, so we can involve some students.
They have a gold shovel, or do we gotta supply that?
No, we'll have the shovels and the hard hats, and
Nice.
Probably not a gold one.
we'll stage the equipment and the dirt piles. And
Change it.
All right.
That was for the value, adjustment thing.
our marketing team will help with invites. They'll help with coordinating a classy sign, as far as for the groundbreaking, different things. Get some good photos, and they do a nice job with it. So try to create some positive excitement in the district.
We'll make sure that the ground's not frozen when we have to leave.
That's what I'm saying.
That would be like.
Yeah. All right.
Any other questions? Me and Rena have seen a lot of this in the meeting, but if anyone else has any other questions or.
Who does it? You? Do you start? Do you do the first scoop, or does a kid do the first?
We all do it together.
Really?
Isn't that the way it works?
I'm advocating that we scoop in actual ground and not just a pile of gravel that they lay on there.
Oh yeah, we gotta break some sod.
At the yard
Right in the
line?
football field. No.
I'm in favor of child labor. Let's to break the ground.
There you go. I have experience in this.
So we do some photo ops. So we actually have you scoop a number of times and take some pictures and try to get some really nice action pictures as you guys are doing the scooping and whatnot. So
Maybe we can
and
get
then
a new school board student representative interested by letting them know they get to break the ground.
There you go.
It's exciting. Photo op.
right,
Sure.
you get some students you want to hand pick. We can have them do a photo op as well. And
Your kids are gonna be there when it's done though.
Yeah.
we'll probably be talking about maybe some speakers and
Breaking ground, and then we're like a
Yeah.
final picture, same kid. Right.
There you go.
Years later.
All right, good deal. Any other questions for Damian and Jason? No? All right, gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight, and we'll stay tuned for the next update.
Thank
sounds
you.
great, guys. Thank you.
Okay, 8.3 is to approve the agreement with North Shore Health for athletic training services. We've got the proposed agreement here in the packet.
Can speak to this a little bit. This is something that has been desired by our AD and our nurse, and frankly, the director of rehabilitation at the hospital. He's been the trainer at our football games and the like for quite a while as mostly a volunteer. We do pay him for those football games. But there hasn't been anything structured with clear responsibility, clear delineation of who's responsible for what the hours are, what the compensation is. And then as concussion protocols have become more and more important, but B, litigious, it's important for us to really have our ducks in a row about how we document, how we communicate between the hospital and the school district. And what a lot of miscommunication can happen when a trainer makes a decision and then sends the student to the clinic and they see a different doctor, and the different doctor doesn't know the protocol, and then they clear them even though the trainer's like, no, the kid's not clear. So we sat down with the hospital and our nurse and our activities director and looked at some model agreements. This falls in line. The only difference between this and maybe some other school districts would be that in districts where there's competition between two or three main medical providers, it changes the environment, because then you get providers that say, well, we'll give that to you if you give us access to all of your students and all of that business. We have a not-for-profit public hospital up here that has no competition. So it's just different. So we ended up agreeing to paying a fair hourly wage. Essentially, if you read the fine details, what we're getting for this is training services about 2 days a week right after school at 3:30 when kids need taping and evaluations. And then attendance at football games, attendance at downhill ski meets. Those are our two most injury prone sports for home events. And then as needed, as
needed for the other sports.
as needed for the others. So I'm grateful to North Shore Health for helping us make this a little more formal and less handshake and a wink.
And then it's available to all sports
Oh,
at that free.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yep, for all athletes, for taping and evaluation and those kinds of things.
Cool.
Great.
I'll make a motion. I'm agreeable tonight.
I'll second.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor?
I
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. All right. 8.4, we have to approve the 2026 IPP.
Yeah, and I will share that Maria and I had a great meeting a week ago, and this is a first step, and then there's going to be another step right after this. So this is basically a renewal of last year's with the dates changed, but the LIEC has had some pretty robust conversations around wanting to make some changes. And so we're going to sit down in the next month and work through some of that and probably bring this back to you. It's a fluid document that can change anytime. We just have to submit it, I think by February 2nd is our deadline to submit it. So
I made some suggestions in emails, I think to Chris, to Maria, about maybe we could work toward, I mean, not a big deal, because as you say, it's a living document, but I'd like to see like maybe a discussion at our March meeting
Sure.
up in Portage about this, and then maybe act on it in March. I mean, if that's not possible, it's not possible, but at least have that conversation at the what's it called? The irregular meeting? The not regular meeting in March.
The work session.
Work session, there we go. Yeah, the work session in Portage. I like to
Not
say
regular
work
meeting.
session.
Maybe we should change it to that.
Irregular meeting.
So
Committee of the irregulars.
just, we're going with that temporary because we've had a change in the LIC board.
True, yeah,
with
yeah.
the Committee members, so we're down to 5, from 7 to 5, and we have to come up with a LIC chairperson. So this is why it's kind of like a draft, but we do have a working draft that we're working on. We're trying to meet next week, Wednesday or Thursday, because gotta deal with the weather, gotta align people's schedule and select a new chairperson, so. That's where we're at, so it's kind of,
So we're not meeting tomorrow?
me and you are gonna be meeting.
No, I mean, the LIC is not meeting tomorrow?
Oh, no, they're not meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
Because they've got, some of the members are not
Okay.
in Portage and they won't have access to Zoom.
Okay.
So, no, we,
Good to
you
know.
and I can still meet, hash out some things, but as far as LIC meeting, no, but I will double check. Because there might be changes, but I will double check tomorrow morning and let you know if there still is on for tomorrow.
Sure. And I guess to kind of further contextualize where we're at is we're kind of up against a deadline for submitting this, which is an important part of the process, but
We don't.
which is why we're gonna take action tonight, but then we're continuing to work
Stop the
on.
money from coming in. If there's a federal shutdown, we want to get it
Oh, for sure.
submitted before then, and at least,
Right.
you know, the application submitted, and then hopefully funding will come before then, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to get that, we want to get ahead, and Teresa and I have been talking too about signatures that need to be done, and I know our council's meeting tomorrow, so I will be meeting with council after that to get signatures.
Perfect.
Okay. Mr. Moran, you're here tonight.
I have nothing to, no, I'm just here.
You're just here. Okay.
He's my
Observing,
advisor, he's my
listening.
advisor. So
Great.
he's my mentor and advisor, so.
Great. Well, it's nice to have you. Thanks for coming. Okay, well, good deal. Thank you for that discussion. So we'll stay tuned on that. Okay. But so we just need a motion to approve this in its current form right now.
So moved.
Second,
Any further discussion?
yeah, I would just like to say thank you for mitigating the risk of the federal government right now.
Yeah, we don't want to stop.
No, there's a lot of things we have to kind of like cautious of, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, because it's, even though the money goes to general funds, it affects all the students, so we just want to make sure that the school gets the money that it needs and we get the money coming and, you know, we can cash out things later. And when you get for the budget for the 26-27 school year, then we can be part of that budget planning too. Make sure the money is in before we quabble over it.
For sure.
Yep.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Okay, 8.5 is to accept donations for January of 2026. We've got our resolution accepting donations here in the packet. There are a number of them. Again, the community continues to show up with their generosity for the school district, which is amazing.
And well, for the robotics team.
Yeah, big donation for the robotics team. Awesome.
I'll make the motion to accept the donations and gratefully
Yeah.
to the various donors.
I'll second.
Further discussion? Yeah, just another big thank you to everybody for donating. We really appreciate it. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Resolution is adopted. All right, 9.0 is our personnel. 9.1 is our new hire slate. Here in the packet. We got new hires.
Just for clarity's sake, we have two people doing a 6-week long-term sub. They're splitting a position. And so, because on the every other day schedule. Katie is teaching college and schools English because she's credentialed to do that, just 1 hour every other day. And then Ryan is covering middle school Avid. Ryan is also working as a paraprofessional when not teaching, and then intends to roll into a full-time para position after the long-term sub position is done. So just for transparency's sake, that's kind of the game plan there. Also.
I motion to accept the new hires resignation.
I'll second it.
Further discussion?
Just really great group of hires right there.
Welcome aboard.
Good to have subs that'll fill in like that, yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
For sure. All those in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Okay,
Take the motion first and then we'll rearrange.
yep, so we're gonna adjourn into closed session. And then we'll, after close, just so the public knows, we're gonna adjourn into closed session. And then when that is over, we're gonna end the regular meeting, but it's effectively over, just so you know. So we just need a motion to adjourn into closed section for negotiation.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Okay. We're adjourned into closed section.